Good day everyone, so this is what Dehya could have been, and you might say, well, who is this? Well, this is Fenghuang from Honkai Impact the Third, and you don't need to know anything about her or of Honkai Impact whatsoever to understand what I'm about to say, and that is that Genshin really disappointed with Dehya. You see, this character that you can see on screen is exactly what I wanted with Dehya. A character where I can use my fist, I've got these fancy animations, and I can just brawl, I could just hit like combos, attack, pump, 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 you know, that is what you really wanted from a character like Dehya because it would have suited her style so brilliantly. You can see in the background, above my health bar there at the bottom, I've got a fist and I've got a boot. So basically the character changes stance between fighting with her fist, and once the little meter is full, you can see it now, she's fighting with her legs. Once the little meter is full, you unleash a special combo attack that does quite a bit of damage to the enemy. So this is like almost if you imagine Farina and her ability to change between healing or like her little summons. This is exactly the gameplay. You've got two stances, you've got a resource meter, you build it up, and once it's full, you unleash a combo, and you even have a very cool parry attack like you saw there in the background. So this is what I've wanted for Dehya, a character that feels alive, that feels fun to use, that's an HP scaling unit, that's got a high base damage floor because she's an HP scaler, but that is still satisfying to use, that's fun, brawly, dynamic, alive. Instead what we have is someone that uses their E ability, wants to be off field, and then when they are on field, they just don't have the damage to back it up. But in contrast, you can see in the background, I'm using a character, I'm using my parries, I'm using my combos, and I'm doing it in a way to optimize my damage. So if I hit my combos, I can reduce my health to gain and hit harder. Isn't that like a very neat and novel concept? But if I use too much of like my combos, my ultimate's not gonna really work out. So you can see here, my ultimate depends on how much HP I can consume before healing a set proportion, 25% of it back. So you've got this contrast of using your normal attacks to hit the enemy, and as you lose health, you gain attack, but if you lose too much health and you don't restore it by executing successful combos, your ultimate's not going to hit as hard. In contrast, you can hit very hard with your ultimate from the beginning, but then your health is going to be low, so you're not going to then have good follow-up combos. So this is interesting. It becomes a fun resource game to play and then just use for an on-field pyro carry. And like I said, if you make it an HP scaler, you've got the damage floor, but you don't need to then worry about balancing the character too much because it's gonna lag your other pyro carries at the ceiling because of the fact that if you're not an attack scaler, you don't get the Bennett or the Chevreuse buff or whatever, but it would be good enough for a standard banner character. Just fun Unga Bunga playstyle, that is always a winner. Instead, what we have is just a kit that just does not synergize. The combos with Dehya's elemental burst are non-existent because it's an animation that plays out. It doesn't trigger any normal or charge attack effects like, for instance, Yelan's elemental burst or Xingqiu's elemental burst, and it's just fraught with problems, and that's just so lazy. I mean, if you can see what we have here in the background, it's clear that the same developers, miHoYo, can give, and they've got like fun ideas to implement combat and like brawly players and playstyles that really scratches the itch, and it's got an easy learning curve but like a very high skill ceiling for you to manage and master in terms of resource management, and that's just what I wanted. This is really what Dehya could have been. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed it here in the background. Obviously in the beginning of this video I tried to show things a bit more slowly because once you really start getting into it, the animations and things get a bit too fast, but I'm having a ton of fun, and this is just the solo DPS showcase. It's not even a proper team damage showcase, which obviously plays a bit differently as well. But in any case, hopefully you've enjoyed this comparison video, and let me know what you think down below.